Hello everyone, so today I'm gonna teach you how to make a prop have a sound effect when turned on and hit something, like with PhysBones. So first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna have to download the audio that you want. So since I'm gonna do a bat that has a bonk effect when it hits someone's on the head, I'm gonna need this sound. So I'm gonna copy the link and I'm gonna put it on this website. Any other would work as well. Let's download it. So the file is right here. Because I think there's too much empty space before and after the bonk sound, I'm gonna trim this audio. So to trim it, I'm gonna use this website right here. So I just drop the audio here and we'll play it. So I just have to put this where I want it to begin and this where I want it to end. Maybe here it won't be enough. Yeah, that's good. And crop. Alright, that's the audio that I'm gonna use. The trimmed version. There we go. Now on my Unity file, I'm gonna create a folder. That's gonna be bat and sound. And I'm gonna drop the audio here, which is what I'm gonna use. Okay. Next, I'm gonna need the bat. So I found this free bat on Gumroad. And I'm gonna download this one. Okay, I just have one FBX for the bat and one texture. I'm gonna put both of them on my bat and sound folder. Alright. Now let's see. This part, I just have to make a bat toggle. So I want this bat to be on my left hand. So I'm gonna drop the FBX on the hierarchy. There it is. Let me add the texture to it. I'm gonna create a new material. Name it bat, and then this material I'm gonna put this smoothness a little bit last, and I'm gonna drag it here. There we go. So I'm gonna open the armature. Hips, spine, chest is on the left hand, so I'm gonna open the left shoulder, left arm, left elbow, left wrist. I'm gonna put it on wrist, inside the wrist. So I just have to drag it here, inside the left wrist. There we go. Now it's connected to the arm. And if I move my arm, it should move with it. Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna make a toggle to turn this on and off. So it's gonna be off by default. And I'm gonna create two animations. So I'm gonna click on the name. Animation is gonna be bat on. Record. Turn the bat on. There we go. And for the bat off, I just need to copy Ctrl C this file, this frame, and then I can create the bat off. And I don't have to record, I just have to Ctrl V. And on this one, it's gonna be off. There you go. Now we have an animation for bat on and animation for bat off. So I come here on the FX, actually on the parameters. I'm gonna create a parameter that's gonna be called bat, a bowl. I'm gonna Come on, FX, create a parameter as well called being a bow as well called bat. And a layer. Put the layer weight to 1. And I'm gonna drop first what's gonna be by default. So by default, the bat's gonna be off. So I drop this. And then the toggle will turn the bat on. So I just have to do like this, for example. So by default, it's gonna entry and the bat's gonna be off. And I make a transition to on. So for it to be on, the toggle bat has to be true, which means I toggle it. But to make it off again, I have to put the toggle bat to false. There we go. That's how the toggle works. Okay, toggle's done. So now all we need to do is add the sound thing. So for the sound, we're gonna turn this on for now. And we're gonna have to add an object inside this. I'm gonna right click the bat and I'm gonna create empty. This empty is gonna be called bonk receiver, and inside I'm gonna create a new one, bonk sound. I think you could have both in the same object, but just to be more organized, I'm gonna create 2. So as you can see, they're all inside the bat. So if the bat's off, everything is gonna be off as well. So that means like when the bat is not there, no sound will be played. Alright, so for the bonk receiver, I'm gonna create add component and I'm gonna put receiver, VRC contact receiver. You should know though that this is only gonna work if you have the new SDKs. So for the root, we're gonna choose the wrist. Alright. And now we can make this a little smaller. So I'm trying 0.1. I think for the bat I can make a capsule. Make it smaller and thinner. Maybe not that much. Like this is good. Okay, this is as close as I can get. Alright, bonk receiver. I'll just say that this is good enough for me. There we go. Okay, so on this receiver, we want it to interact with on enter, which means it's gonna bonk 1 time when it touches. If I put constant, it means as long as it is touching the head, it's gonna keep playing the sound many times. So I'm gonna put on enter. For better results, you should have this receiver type in constant. Alright, you're gonna click here on add the collision, and this is gonna be active when it hits a head. So we're gonna choose head, and the parameter on enter, we're gonna make it a toggle that's gonna be called bonk. So that means every time that this parameter touches, someone head touches this, it's gonna turn off bonk, whatever bonk is. So now we need to make 2 animations, which is gonna be bonk on and off. It's gonna be the sound. So you're gonna click here. Gonna make 2. It's gonna be bonk on, which we're gonna put the sound on, copy the frame, and the other one is gonna be bonk off. Do the same thing, Control V, and this one is gonna be off. There we go. Now we can create the FX part. We'll put the bonk here on parameters. Remember, lowercase, uppercase makes a difference. And then we come here on the FX layer. We're going to create a parameter called bonk as well. And this time we're going to tell them what's going to happen when the head hits. And the head, so it should be off by default until something hits, then turns on. Right click, make transition. When it's true, it bonks. When it's false, it goes back to bonk off. There we go. Now we're gonna make the sound setting on the bonk sound. Gonna put audio source. We're gonna drop the clip here. Gonna give priority high. Spatial blend, it's good to have a 3D, so like depending on where you're looking, it's gonna sound in your left or your right ear. And the max distance, I'm gonna put like 20 or 30. Sound settings done. It should all be done. Now I'm gonna turn it off because that's how it is. And I'm gonna make the menu. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna make it bat. Toggle bat. There we go. Now we can export this avatar. Now it's gonna work.
tum, tum,